Okay, guys. Thank you for coming back and joining me on this third part here. Let's go ahead and add a couple more pieces to the model. We'll do it on camera. Let's do it together, and then this will probably be the last part for tonight. And then feel free to look at models on eBay, at a swap meet, at a yard sale, garage sale, at your Uncle Jimmy's house, or your sweet grandparent who died and left some models there, and see which one you can bring back to life, but not the way the instructions on the box said. The way you see it in your mind, the way your eyes, your mind, and your heart are working in concert, and what picture, what colors, what tones, what shading. You saw us work with oils yesterday, with washes and stuff. That takes it to a different level. There's nothing wrong with buying used, beat up models or kits because, as you have seen, you give them your touch and you turn them into some real beauties. So, I do buy brand new kits and brand new models from time to time, but somewhere along my line here recently, in the last few years in my life, I decided I'm just going to rebuild stuff and give them the love they deserve. Everything you see on this table and on my work shelves above me, behind me, to the side, inside the house, is I just love to rebuild busted or ignored or forgotten models when I see the inner beauty that I hopefully can bring out. I've had some duds too and some failures, absolutely. But get on YouTube and have your fellow YouTube community help you along. What do you see? And I'm not kidding about Grandpa's this garage or Uncle Jimmy's or yard sales and stuff. You find some real treasures there. This lady friend I'm seeing right now, when her husband passed, he used to build models, and she still got them up there in the garage on the shelf. Guess what he was into? 125th cars and pickup trucks. So she says, "You want them?" I go, "Absolutely." So what am I gonna do with them? I don't know, but I do admire what he did, and that might be a dumb, simple story or way too simple to put it, but there's a lot of truth and honesty behind that. Um, we can build brand new models out of the box all day long. You saw with what SDM Productions did with the kits he gets, and he does not follow them per instructions. You saw the lighting and the setups. Oh my God, that's what I'm talking about. What do you have to offer for yourself that you perhaps want to share with us? So, and that can apply to anything: uh, painting, drawing, sketching, playing your guitar, piano, gardening, fixing up your car, fixing up your old muscle car, anything. Just don't be afraid to use your imagination. And it's not a bad idea or it's not a bad word to slow down and use patience. It's not a sign of weakness or failure if you ask for help or ideas from your fellow peers. So I speak that because I've learned this here recently with these builds right in front of the camera with you guys. So this was not me 1 year ago. Trust me. Let's get let's get back to the model. Okie doke. Gotta set it up. Bear with me a second here. Alrighty. I am gonna add the front wheels tomorrow. I'm gonna add steerable front wheels. Another lesson that I've come to learn here recently, within the last week or two, is Mopar has his cars so that they roll. I think that's fantastic. Um, And there's a couple other guys that add the stereo, that improve on the steerable front axle, which is what I'm going to do to this girl here. If it's camera worthy, I'll do it and post it on here. Whether it works or not, or if it's a big dud, we'll all watch it together. But if it's not camera worthy or too long, or then I won't post it. But we'll see the end product. There are guys that do that a hell of a lot better than I ever could, at least at this point. And I actually absolutely encourage you guys to check them out on YouTube if you're interested in doing steerable front axles in an improved, better way. So what we're gonna do right now as I'm talking, I'm mixing the 5-minute epoxy. It's clear, so I'm mixing it to start to turn slightly milky. That tells us it's ready. You guys ready, class? Are you guys ready for experiment number 2? I think you guys are ready for anything right now. Let's do it together. I'm applying the glue to the part off camera view because I don't want to keep getting in and out of focus or zoom on the model how I have it set up. I think we all know how to mix epoxy by now, but I definitely want to show if you apply too much glue, it's not because you don't know how to do it or anything. It's just it's a liquid form. So don't be afraid to use your toothpick and just back off of that. Peel it back. No big deal. It's always better if you use less, but sometimes we wind up using just a little bit more than we should have, and we just back off of that. No big deal. In this particular case, I already pre-measured the distance with some objects I had on the workbench for the height to go on to that where it should be installed on the frame. So what I'm going to do, rather than mushing it with my hands, I'm going to walk it up to the frame. There we go. Actually, right about there. It's 5-minute epoxy, so we'll wait about 5 minutes to see how she sets up. Looks great so far. Also, while we're at it, go down 99-cent store, buy yourself a whole bunch of these toothpicks, Q-tips, pointed Q-tips, filing for nails, anything you can for 99 cents or something like that. Dollar Tree is another store, might be out your way. Piggly Wiggly, stuff like that. Big Lots, and these are great applicators for glues, epoxy, cleanup, decals, all sorts of stuff. We're going to install our pogo stick. When I was talking about 99-cent store and Piggly Wiggly and all that good stuff, I was putting glue on the bottom of this pogo stick. I almost wanted to steal the pogo stick off of this Dodge and use it on my diamond reel. On the diamond reel, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a temporary one kind of just sitting on there loose with the airlines, because I kind of like, it's supposed to be a modern rig today's time, so I kind of like the setups they have now on the rigs where they have it mounted to a big ass spring, and so I'm going to find the right combination how to do that, and that's what I'm going to do in the diamond reel. But I'm going to do that way down the road because I still have to study that and research it and practice. And the diamond reel project is going to be finished this week, and I didn't want to take up any more time, video time, when I can be doing other builds. But I will, when I get back to that. When I figure that out, I'll get back to that and put it on. Another thing I do to all my vehicles is way down the road, like a year later, is when I go back and add the radiator hoses, the spark plug wires, all that good stuff. Because I usually like to look at real pictures and kind of figure it out as close as I can, anyways. Remember, it's a 5 minute epoxy, so I'll hold it here till she straightens out. As you can see, the fuel tank, I didn't have to hold it at all. She's sitting on her stand, which I pre-planned. There you go. It's setting up really fast right about here. Engine came out nice with those painted metallic deep blue valve covers and that's silver metallic air filter housing with the silver tank with the gold plated or gold painted color the plunger for the brake system. I guess it's your master cylinder and your fifth wheel. I'll paint that flat black tomorrow, and definitely the fuel tanks. This is the point where I'm at the Diamond Rio. I'm pretty much done fabricating parts or acquiring parts. Pretty much done painting, chrome painting, doing all that good stuff. Pretty much the next couple days or few days, it's just gluing the parts on. There you go. So this has set up so it has a fuel tank. I'm not gonna pull that off till maybe this will be a four-part video, quick video. The fourth one being a quick one when I pull that off, just so we can see how she came out. So tomorrow I got the tie rod. Tomorrow I will work. I went ahead and installed shims and holes, drilled out holes so I can install my tires tomorrow, and that way they can be working steerable tires. I pre-drilled out my holes on my whatever you call those uh, steering knuckles. I don't know, and then I don't remember actually. I'll install the mud flaps, the rear brake lights, the cab will go on permanently, and pretty much I think we're gonna be done here tomorrow, or really darn close to it. And what the pogo stick for anybody who's not familiar, is that is where they used to hang and still do your airlines for your trailer. Otherwise, they get coiled and they go all over the place. Keep them up high and away from the machinery, and What impressed me about the steerable front axle is you can pose them, and it tends to give a little bit more life to the model. So that's the way I'm gonna go from now on. And with Mopar nuts, uh, rolling all his models apparently roll except for one I think he mentioned. I'm gonna start doing that to my vehicles also. I don't want to mess with this thing anymore. I don't want pieces to keep breaking off. We'll get to it someday, but definitely this here is what we're gonna do for fun this week, and we'll call it a day as far as this is concerned. Well, that was too soon, and that's probably due because of the weight of the plastic fuel tank. All right, guys. Guys, have a great night. Thank you. And check out your guys' truck. Good night, guys.